Everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new video. As you can tell by that deliciously clickbaity title, we're going to be talking about Rangers flops. It's halfway through the season now, they've played a lot of games, so it's time to go back and look at our predictions that we made 4 or 5 months ago. We'll look at mine, we'll look at Twitter's, and then like I said, I'm going to open the comment section up for you guys to get your opinions out. How do you feel? Who is the Rangers flop so far this season? Is there more than one? There might be. Is there someone that's not even mentioned on my list, on their list? Let me know down below and we should have a little fun. Again, it's not overly negative, so don't get really down and everything in this video. Okay, because it's all part and parcel, so we can talk about players of the season, but we're also going to talk about flops. So go side by side, hand in hand, as they say. So, start off with number 5 in my prediction that I made 4 or 5 months ago. Let's see what that is. So, jumping into the 5th spot, and I'm actually going to go with Danny Wilson. Now, the reason I went with Danny Wilson at number 5, wow. That shirt, spectacular. So Danny Wilson, did Danny Wilson become a flop? In fact, with my reasons that I go on to say it's because he's not going to be playing much, I got that completely wrong. Fair play, egg on my face. He's been one of the stars, if you want to say. That St Johnstone game aside. Apart from that, he's been pretty good. So that one is wrong. Number 4, you ready for this controversial? I'm going to go with Kenny Miller. I said Kenny Miller, and I got absolutely slaughtered for it. Facebook pages, Rangers pages, bang, ba, bang, ba, bang. Craig said something bad about the King Kenny. They didn't understand what I say in the video. Then he started getting in this weird position where he started dropping back too much into centre mid. They were like forcing him into the team, so he was playing left mid sometimes, right mid sometimes. Like I said, right back, like a couple of times against Celtic, he was right back all the way defending. And you just think to yourself, what's actually going on? Are we playing Kenny Miller because he's benefiting the team, he's the best in that position, or are we playing Kenny Miller because we didn't have the balls to drop him? We all love King Kenny. God bless his injury, hopefully he gets back soon enough. Maybe not in the first team, but like I said, I think he's going to be better as an impact player from the bench. But we're not here to talk about that. In that video I said I don't think he's going to be playing his natural position. He's going to be playing it wide, he's going to be running about like a headless chicken. It's not the Kenny Miller that got told to stand up front and play up front anymore. And I think that's been a sort of perfect prediction on my part. So I'm quite proud of that one. Because I got a lot of flack from it, a lot of people saying, even in the comments, saying Rangers forever, slaughtering me. These are all calling me an idiot and everything, a sellout. But that one sort of turned out. Do you think Rangers, if Kenny Miller has been a flop? I personally do. Let's move on to the next one. And now number 3 is actually going to be someone that I really rate in real life, and that's going to be Jordan Rossiter. That is a saying for me, because I think I'm technically right that, because he's just never played. I'm not want to spend too much time talking about the Rossiter thing, because it's honestly, it's a really sad thing what's happened to him with his recent injuries. It just doesn't seem to go away. So, yeah, I think that one's pretty fair as well as a flop. Moving on to the next. Moving on to number 2, it's going to be the winger that replaced Barry Mackay. Shocker. Okay, didn't technically replace Barry Mackay, but you know what I'm thinking. It's obviously going to be Dalcio. Wow, I actually talked about Dalcio in a video. That shows you how far ago that I thought he could potentially even play. Flop for Dalcio. Yippee. Moving on to number 1, and the player that I think could potentially flop this season is going to be... And number 1 was no surprise, it was Captain Jog, Lee Wallace. Unfortunately for Wallace, I don't think he's really played too many games because of his injury, so I don't think you can necessarily call him an entire flop. I believe our team will actually get better, surprisingly, when he will come back, because I think he'll slot in a left back, and maybe that will push little DJ up forward. Who knows on the formation that we're going to be actually playing. And that's actually going to be my top 5 predictions. I'm sorry to say that I was correct about Jordan Rossiter. I'm quite proud of myself with that I took the stick, I took the beating that I got for saying Kenny Miller, and that one turned out right. Dalcio turned out to be a very clear flop. Lee Wallace, I don't know what you can say about him because he was struggling when he was playing. And also Danny Wilson, I got completely wrong. He's been one of our stars of the season. That is reactionary back to my old predictions. But let's talk about just now. What is your opinions? Who is your flop of the season? My flop, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to say it right now. Spoil it for the video. Bruno Alves. I expected a Davy Weir type leader to come in and just sort of solidify the defence. Remember when Davy Weir came in and just changed everything? Like, every player seemed to get better around him. He made everything. He was an example. He was a leader on the field. And I just don't think Bruno Alves has done that quite yet. Again, there's plenty of time in the season. He could come good. I've just been very disappointed in Big Bruno, and that is why he was on my Twitter list. What is yours now? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds during the sponsor break to put your number one flop down, and maybe give me a wee reason on that as well, and we can have a wee talk in the comment section below. So while I get to do the sponsor break, if you've not got a refreshment, tell me who the flop is. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Sponsor break. Sponsor break. What do you mean you've not typed out yet? Come on. Honestly, how many seconds can I give you? Right, let's read out and see what the Twitterverse is thinking. And like I said, I'll look forward to seeing your guys' opinions down below. So I actually fired up a poll yet again. I know, Craig, you and polls, what he's like. Polls as in polls on Twitter, not the so it's, wow, 581 votes. Jesus, I did not expect that. Still got an hour and 11 minutes to go, so that's absolutely tremendous. If you guys could all smash the like button, that'd be great, and I wouldn't need to work overtime during Christmas. That'd be great. So for tonight's video, who's the biggest flop during the first half of the season apart from the board? Ka-ching. Because I just knew the board would be everywhere. I'd done a sort of poll the other day, and every comment was just the board, so yeah, I had to kind of rule that one out. So the 3 names that I've picked out have been 3 people that I've been bitterly disappointed with: Cardoso, Pena, and Bruno Alves, and I've left other space open for other to list below. So Cardoso got 11% of the votes. Other got 13% of the votes. Bruno Alves, my pick, got 34% of the votes. But Carlos Pena got 42% of the vote, which is quite surprising to me, because I thought, if you look at his actual game like record, the things he's been involved in, the goals and stuff like that, it's a very good turnaround. But like I said to someone who commented on the Twitter poll when they were kind of just taking digs at people voting Pena, I can understand why. I imagine it's the price tag, which isn't really his fault, but I understand that. There's a lot of money spent on him. There is some games, we watched it on my match vlog with me and Baz, where he touched the ball 3 times in 32 minutes of play. And that's not a joke. That was legitimate. So I can understand that he is a very frustrating figure. But like I've said numerous times on my podcast, he reminds me a lot of like Balotelli-esque, where he's not going to be involved in every play. He's going to frustrate us a lot. But when we need a goal, like he done against Aberdeen, you can go back and look at his other games. When we need a goal, he makes a run, he steps up and he takes it. So I can understand why people hate him. But I wouldn't say he was the number one flop, in my personal opinion anyway. But again, we're all entitled to our own opinion, lads. So let's see what the Twitterverse is thinking with the comments below. Gary Thompson chips in with Hodgson. the David Mackay, he says, I think given a good manager, there's a player in Pena and Cardoso. Biggest flop is Kenny Miller by one good game. I wanted to put Kenny Miller as one of the flops, but the reason I didn't is because there's this whole negativity and stuff like that, and a lot of Bears arguing with each other regarding his injury and stuff like that, so I didn't really want to get involved with that. Everyone knows where I sort of stand. I love King Kenny as a person, as a player. I just don't think he should be starting games personally for us anymore. That's where I kind of stand. So I was never happy when he got injured. So yeah, that's just based on my thoughts on that. That's why I didn't want to put it up there, because I think it would start arguments. But it's a very, very fair point. It has flopped, and I called that one. So remember that when you and your brother used to like play PES or FIFA or whatever, and he'd score, and you just sort of do that to wind each other up. Well, me and my brother would every time. Like, we wouldn't say none, but he would just do this. Aye, fucking dick. Anyway, Jack Kramer, he put Herrera, big sexy. Too sweet. Yeah, it's a sore one, mate. I wish I didn't have to say it, and I really hope you can turn it around, but he's the only one who's not impressed me in the slightest so far. Fair play, mate. Andy Kerr says, seen your video from Tuesday, and I'd have to agree the full squad is lacking positions. The main place we need to move to bring in is up front. We need a finisher. Would you bring Cummins on loan? Oh, that's out of left field, Andy Kerr. But yes, would Wolves do that? Absolutely not. Lewis McKenna says, who's actually voting for Pena? Guy has scored goals and created fair share amount. And then they kind of go on and discuss with each other back and forth. It just ends with a, hopefully then he gets played in the Old Firm, because they're excited for that. So yeah, thumbs up. Moving on, next one is Three Kings of Kenny. Alves, supposed to be this legend who was going to change Scottish football forever, and then shat it and ran for a while. Then played alright. Fair play, buddy. Scott Young says, Bruno, just because of the hype, the experience he came with, and he's been extremely disappointment. Apart from the games against Aberdeen, he hasn't really been special. Mark Menzies says, Alves, we all thought he was going to be better than he is. Still decent though. Cardoso started well, but got torn apart at certain times in certain games. Then there's Pena, who's scored 5 goals, kind of fusing what I'm about to say. Pena as a flop, as he has scored 5 goals. I know, mate, it's such a weird one, isn't it? Jim at Jimmy Mac Gers. Herrera 1.5 million for someone who looks as if he should be playing junior football. Sad too sweet. David Nimmo says, Miller. There you are, Nimmo. You get read out. Woo. Stevie Brown says, Pen, I'm afraid there is a player in there. Pity his head's up his arse. Ian McDougall says, I think this one's maybe done in anger, but for me, Ian McDougall, again, one of the channel legends. I think this one's maybe done in anger, but Alves, he puts balls back in danger areas and has cost us in the last few outings. A centre-back that heads the ball to the edge of the D is asking for trouble. He looks disinterested now. Pedro is gone as well. That's going to be the video. I'm going to keep this one a wee bit short. I do apologise about my upload schedule, but like I said, I'm working on another job and it's kind of stressing and stuff like that. So yeah, I apologise. I'm going to try and burst out more videos. I'll be back tomorrow with a prediction video. But again, who's the flop and why? I've been CJNovo92. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.